Hello, hello, and welcome again to A Natter That Matters. And today I have the queen of tech, Sharon Buckley with me. Hi, Sharon, how are you?
Hello, Vivian. I'm very well, thank you. And thank you so much for inviting me onto your group for a natter.
You are more than welcome. You see, it's nice to have a natter that matters, isn't it? Because we very often have trainings which are a bit kind of in-depth, or we have workshops, or we have coaching, whereas actually sometimes just having a bit of a natter about what you do and how you help people is probably the best way for people to get a grip of you. So why don't you start by telling people on the podcast and here on this live video what you do?
Right, well, essentially, I'm a digital business skills trainer, which doesn't mean an awful lot to a lot of people. So I basically help you sort your tech so that you can go out there and be visible to your clients and serve your clients. So that is helping you with your social media profiles and setup, helping you set up websites and sales pages, and getting it all talking to each other and running beautifully so that you don't have to stress about the tech.
Yeah, so the automation side, which is a tricky one for a lot of business owners.
Yeah, and one of the things that I'm finding that people are coming to me for websites, wanting to build their own websites, but they haven't done all of the work that goes before that, so all the process. So they don't know who their ideal client is, they haven't got social media set up, they haven't really got their products set up. So it's a case of going through it all step by step, so that we can get them out there, get them visible, and talking to their clients. So
excellent. So I suppose the difference between what you do and what I do is I help them from the mindset side as to how they're going to feel about it and what they want from their life, and then you do the physical kind of getting the shit done, basically.
The tech side, so putting it all together, how all the jigsaw pieces fit together. I basically give you the picture to follow to do that. So there's a lot of sort of like free training and challenges out there at the moment. So people go in and get a little bit of information here and a little bit of information there, and then they don't know how it all fits together. So working with me, I help you put it all in place so it all fits together and it all flows beautifully.
Never has been more true, that saying that a little bit of information is dangerous in the wrong hands, and that is definitely the case, isn't it? Yeah, I know myself. I mean, I've got quite a good tech knowledge, but how you get stuff onto the WordPress and how you get that there and how you get it here, and the optimization of it all and making sure it all talks and works. I think I read somewhere that it's something like 42% of links on website don't work. All websites, like there's a whole load of stuff that doesn't work on most websites. So
that's really true. And one of the things that I'm finding more and more as well is that with the community that I work with, which was potentially also like women in business, we like to be in control of a lot of our things, and so they're wanting to learn how to build it themselves, manage it themselves, and that's a service that I'm sort of like bringing in to help people, and so I'm there for tech support so that they can come and ask me if they've got any queries and solve the problem for themselves. So I'm trying to fill that knowledge gap that's being created by all these free challenges that
oh yeah, I mean, do you know, it's only easy if you know how, isn't it? And sometimes somebody shows you and you go, oh yeah, I remember how to do it now. But my ex-husband, he used to work in my recruitment business, and for some reason he just couldn't get his head around copying and pasting. I would like £1 for every time I had to show him how to copy and paste. And I know he's not going to see this. This is on my YouTube channel, but even he was annoyed with himself. In the end, I had to get one of my members of my team to do it, because I thought, I'm actually going to strangle my own husband. How can you not remember how to do it? So sometimes we just have a bit of a mental block. A lot of people I coach, women that I coach, they say they're no good at the tech, they're scared of it, they're tech phobic. These are all phrases I'm sure you hear.
Absolutely. I think the majority of the ladies I work with class themselves as tech dinosaurs.
Tech dinosaurs, yeah.
Yeah, and when you actually break it down and look at everything that they've achieved on their own, you know, they can use social media, they can use Zoom, they can send emails, they've got websites that they can update sometimes. You know, it's breaking that down and sort of like trying to remove that fear and empowering with confidence, really. So that's what I'm all about, empowering the women so that they can go out there and serve their clients.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you get into this, Sharon? So I know this isn't what you've done forever.
No, it's not. So back in the day, I worked for Norwich Union, and I took redundancy and decided to set up a property development company, because back then, this was 2003, it was things like Property Ladder and that sort of programs out there. And I thought, oh yeah, I'd quite like to be Sarah Beanie. I'll go and buy a house.
Without all those kids though, hasn't she got about 5 kids? She's also pregnant on that program.
I haven't got that many. So no, so I used my redundancy money from the voluntary redundancy that I got and bought a house that we renovated. And that progressed to doing sort of like kitchen and bathroom refits, extensions and all this sort of thing, using the suppliers that I'd built up and the trades that I'd built up. And everyone was on to say, oh, can we see some work that you've done and how much do you charge for this? And I'm like, I really need a website. Back in 2003, websites were quite rare, and you would pay an absolute arm and a leg for someone to design and build.
Absolutely. That was when I launched my first business, 2003, with my first website. Yeah, I mean the internet was really new, wasn't it? When it was literally the whole it's never going to take off, and you know,
Google was only just invented, YouTube didn't exist,
so. Yeah, Yahoo was one of the biggest ones, wasn't it? Actually Google wasn't the main one. Yeah.
So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to go and build myself a website. So I sat down in front of the computer, and like 10 hours later, it like decided to load something up because we were on a modem dial-in at the time. But no, I built my first website. So back in 2003. And updated it and everything else, and it was great, and the clients were like, oh yeah, I really like that. They were so impressed as well that we'd got a website because it made us look professional, and you know, hardly anyone at that time had, it was really big corporate companies that had got websites. So it was major. I'd got a gallery with all the work that we'd done, and they were really impressed. And so the business went from strength to strength. And then the hubby left his job in corporate, and he came to work for me. So you know, that was quite good.
Oh, we like that. Girl power. Gee, you're taking me right back. Gosh, I remember when I had a job, the last time I had a job, JOB, just above broke, just over broke, they call it. It was 2002, and actually I helped them create their first ever website. And I remember creating the mood board in InDesign of how it was all going to look. God, you're just taking me right back, and then giving it to the guy that did the coding. So I didn't do that coding bit, but you probably did. Yeah. I remember doing all the design, how it's going to work. I can see it really clearly. Yeah, and that was all really top of the art thing. They were the first hair and beauty business to be online, actually. So yeah, gosh, those are the days. Back in the day, as they say. So then how did that grow up for you? So you obviously did the property development.
Yeah, so the business is still going today, but I had my daughter in 2005, and it really wasn't practical to then go and see builders and architects and planning officers on site with a baby. So hubby took over that business, and I stayed sort of like in the back office side of things, and I started helping other trades build their websites and do their admin and things like that, and it grew into a virtual assistant business over time. And
which is when I met you, basically.
You met me, yeah. So I was introduced to you, obviously, as a tech biased VA, because you needed someone to help support you with your websites and your sales.
Yeah, automate me, basically. Yeah.
Which is what I did, and you very kindly viv'd me and
messed myself up in the process. Yeah, lost another VA. I keep doing this. I must stop coaching my VAs into different businesses. Well, it's because it wasn't really what you did, as you now are proving to yourself and to everyone else that, you know, and diary management was an absolute waste for you. And I've not criticised anybody that does that, because you know, it's a really necessary thing, especially for people like me. But it wasn't for you. It wasn't your thing. Definitely not.
And you quickly sussed out and pointed out to me that I really wasn't happy doing what I was doing, because it wasn't me, which I now know. And since the development work that we've done together, the work that we've done, I've now realised that my passion is training others and helping women to fulfill their dream.
Well, yeah, because you'd been a trainer anyway, hadn't you?
Yeah, so when I worked for Norwich Union, I was South of England sales manager, and I was running sort of like training on how to have the best performing sales team. So I was going in and running training on how they could do that and meet their goals. Some of that was tech based on some of the systems that I was using to manage those launches and the projects that I'd got, and some of it was just sort of like talking to people and explaining the process. And it's very similar to what I'm doing now. You know, I've built the knowledge for myself, and I'm now breaking it down and going through that with other people, so that they get to know what I do, how I do it, so that they can go in and do a similar thing. So
good stuff. Yeah, no, it's good. So I know there's gonna be lots of people listening and watching that are thinking, you know, at what level do they decide that they have to reach out and get some help? Is it when they don't know how to connect their Outlook into their phone and onto their laptop and sync things, or is it when they want to create a whole funnel, you know, dreaded words that everybody are using? At what level should people reach out to you, or somebody like you, Sharon? But yeah, why not you?
Yeah. Well, I've got a free Facebook group, and anyone who's being held back by tech because of lack of confidence, they call on themselves tech dinosaurs, they really don't know where to start, please come and join the group, because I am there. Like today, I've run a half-hour drop-in on Zoom Q&A, so that people can just drop in and say, I don't know how to change the name on my Facebook page. Can you just talk me through that? Or
nice, thank you. That's what I was trying to, so that's the level of, it could be anything. So you offer that as free, so that's really kind. So if you can drop the link in underneath this, you know, so that people can join that, that'll be great. No, that's good. And then I know that you do other things, so more advanced, so right up to helping people create their own website, or you know.
Absolutely. So sort of like the next level up really from the free group is my paid group, which I do a bit more training in. There's weekly support in that for the tech support. There's help units within the group, so you can go in and have a look, but it's also there for support, so you can post your problems and your questions whenever you need to, and that's £27 a month, so less than a cup of coffee per day, so it's quite reasonable to have your tech support when you need it. And that's the
do you actually come to people's houses and stop them throwing their laptop out of the window? Because that has definitely been the case for me a few times.
No, but I can usually talk people down from a ledge when they're at that point.
Put the laptop down and move away from the ledge.
Even the Queen loses her shiz from time to time, and I have
throws her scepter across
laptop.
Yeah.
I've thumped a laptop so hard in the past that it's dismantled the hard drive and I've lost all the information. So
I'm feeling a little bit better now, Sharon, thank you. I don't feel quite so. There's only two things that will bring rage out in me: road rage and computer tech rage. Like, why won't it fucking work? And
as you know, I was on the phone to you a few Fridays ago because the sat nav decided to do one on me. And I ended up heading home again after like a 2-hour journey because it went wrong.
Oh yeah, they're a whole law unto themselves. I've got a Mercedes, and I'm sorry, Mercedes, if you're watching this, but your sat navs are, I don't know who programs them, but they don't take you the right direction. I literally argue with it the whole way around. I still have to use Google Maps on my phone and the little dash thing.
Audi's no better.
So no, I don't know what they've.
I was off road, so it's like clearly I'm not.
I wish they'd just put Google Maps into the cars these days, but and software into computers that actually works. So there's a whole load of updates. My desktop at the moment keeps telling me I need to update to Windows 10 because I'm on my desktop, because obviously I spend most of my time on my laptop. I keep thinking, oh yeah, I must do that. Maybe I'll get Sharon to do that. I don't know what Sharon, what do I need to do with this? You know, even just the messages, I keep looking at it going, oh God, I don't like the look of that. That sounds like trouble, that does. No.
And that causes stress to a lot of people as well, because they really don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to lose things? Do they have to save it?
Won't we recognise the dashboard interface? There's a bit of that going on with Facebook at the moment. I don't know what they're doing, but they're having a bit of a beta rollout.
What's one of the queries that I've had today? What's happening with the Facebook beta? I want to come back out of it.
Let me out.
I've been in and done some research, and they're not being very helpful at helping me find a way out of that. So further investigation on that. So, and that's come out of the back of my free group. So if I don't know the answer in the Q&A, I go out and find it for you.
Good stuff. So we've got the free group, we've got the paid group, and then we've got other programs I know. So is there a website that people can, how do people get in touch with you? How can they connect with you, Sharon?
So I'm on Facebook, Sharon Buckley, the Queen of Tech. If you put it in there, that's how I'm branded up, and you will see quite clearly plastered all over my stuff. There's links to my free group.
Lovely. You're Buckley with an E for those that are not watching and those that are listening. Yeah, it's Sharon Buckley with an E. Yeah.
Right, and my website is queenof.tech, so it's quite easy.
Nice, Queen of .tech. I love these new dots. I've just got another client we branded with a dot, and we like is a not a .co.uk. It's lovely. Yeah.
some on there. But yeah, one of the things that I'm offering as well is a power hour. So if you've just got a specific sort of like blockage and you just need to get past that to do what you're doing, you can book a power hour in, and we do screen shares and sort of like walk you through it so that you know how to deal with it in the future. And
Wonderful.
then I do website training packages where we do an 8-session Zoom where we literally build your website from scratch to launch in those 8 sessions, and you know how to manage it going forward because you've done the build.
Nice. Sounds like you got it all sussed.
Yeah.
Queen of Tech has got all her tech training sorted and on the road, as it were, to get back to the sat nav analogy. Excellent, Sharon. Well, is there any advice you would give to anybody that's struggling at the moment?
Breathe is the first thing, because I've had so many clients ring me up in absolute panic because they don't know what to do. So just sit down and breathe is the first thing. And then, like, if you're a member of my group, then obviously you can send me a message and I can help out. One of the things with computers, it's never as bad as it seems. And I think because people get so nervous about making that things are going to go wrong or that they're going to lose everything, they tend to panic even more. And more often than not, it's sort of like quite rare that actually happens. It does sometimes, but not always. So yeah, breathe.
You look quite unflappable, Sharon. I can't imagine you bashing a laptop. It must be a secret kind of little thing that, like, you've got such a calm way. Like, I would imagine when someone contacts you and they're in this state, you're like, that okay, right? Look, we've got it. It's okay. You've kind of got that energy, that attitude.
Yeah, which, that's come up on quite a lot of the feedback that I've been given. You know, I'm sort of like very placid and patient and calming and can explain things that makes it all simple. So that's
well, the last thing you need when you're in this space is someone else that goes, I don't know either. That's not what the world needs, is it? So
yeah, my biggest motto is there's never a stupid question when it comes to tech. If you simply don't know the answer, you don't know the answer. And
that's
so
right. Yeah.
you need to ask it. So.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much for being here, Sharon, and I'm sure people will connect with you. And if you keep your eye on the post and people have got any questions, they can pop them here and obviously join your groups and get in touch with you and connect with you on all the social platforms. So been absolutely lovely having you on here. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for helping us businesswomen who, without the tech and the automation, couldn't spend more time doing what we love doing. We would spend our whole time in a laptop or in a desktop in a mess. So thank you so much for bringing those services to us, and I look forward to having you as part of the She Enjoys Life Foundation. Yes, of course, there's going to be a whole load of women who haven't got a clue what they're doing with the tech, who are definitely going to need you. So thank you very much, and best of luck with it all.
Thanks a lot, Viv.
Bye.